All right, you know who it is again. This is the J-Stro Show. Houston, let's go. All right, first, let's go to the headlining news of the day. How about Peyton Manning putting on a commendable and respectable speech? I commend, and my respect for Peyton Manning has risen after today and listening to the type of conference he had on his retirement. Again, if you haven't heard, Peyton Manning of the Denver Broncos, 18-year veteran, has stepped down from the sport of football. Very emotional day. Start off with a lot of stories. Funny tidbits off of the conference. Gary Kubiak out there telling stories of this last Super Bowl season for them. It was just a great speech overall. And I know as a diehard Texans fan, Peyton Manning's career left a stamp on just being a Texans fan. Being a Texans fan, you always remember in your division you had the Colts. Peyton Manning owned the Texans. He is the reason why the Texans have not won in that division. He held us out for so long. Of course, when we finally escaped the grips of him, it was towards the latter of the Colts tender there, but we barely won a game in the Colts home for the first time this past season with Brandon Weeden coming in to finish the game. It's so crazy. That's why that game was so crazy. Peyton Manning, all-time great. Respects to him, 2-time Super Bowl champion. Also broke the touchdown record on the Texans. So it was just a perfect season for Peyton Manning. Great guy. He's gonna do some crazy things off the field, and I think we're gonna be looking at the Michael Jordan of football, to where all the endorsements and all the money, he's gonna be up there in greatness, financial wise as well. What a day, Peyton Manning! Congratulations on your retirement, Texans. Let's go to your Houston Texans now. That was it for headlining news. How about your Houston Texans? We all know what's coming up. We have the draft coming up. You have a two-headed, what seems to be our management in Bill O'Brien and Rick Smith. Can they get it done, and can they commingle to get the Texans where they need to be? I listened to the radio throughout the day, the sports radio. Two of the top sports media, 790 and 610, both going back and forth. Both have their ups and downs, and of course, 790 host Rockets and Astros game, and now you have 610 with the Texans, the official sports radio for the Texans, and then now as well for the Dynamo. So they're neck and neck. Houston's a big enough market for those two big organizations to compete. So it's just great. I listened to their, some of their stuff, and what I'm hearing right now is, do us as fans want to go this route again? Why can't we just? It's like our management is against drafting a quarterback. Why are they so against it? There's reports now coming out that Osweiler rejected a deal originally from Denver. Now he's going to be entering free agency this Wednesday. So 2 days away, less than that. And now there are reports saying that the Texans reached out to Osweiler's team today. So we're going to see. We seen Osweiler back up for Peyton Manning. Heard a story today, Kubiak, how Peyton Manning rested to get his foot better and came back. Great story. Look it up. I'm sure ESPN has it everywhere. But they're looking to give a pretty significant dollar amount to Osweiler, Brock Osweiler, which I'm going to tell you, this sounds a lot familiar, like Matt Schaub. Let's go back. Matt Schaub, who Rick Smith picked with Gary Kubiak to get after Matt Schaub doing a very sufficient job when Michael Vick got hurt. So this is a very similar scenario. How do you guys feel about that? Brock Osweiler. I'm going to say the guy, I think, has some potential. And another question is, does the draft, these quarterbacks really that bad? I mean, you got Russell Wilson going in 4th round, Colin Kaepernick. You can't find a guy like that. The quarterback's that bad. This is what this is telling me. That the Texans have done their homework and they feel like there's not a quarterback out there that's going to start and be ready to go. Because, we are in J.J. Watt's, prime years, and why are we going to waste him? Because every year he's playing and giving it all of the guy. It just takes one injury just to cut that short. So, what are the Texans doing right now? It sounds like to me, my predictions, they are going to get Osweiler, because reading reports right now saying that Houston is one of the most attractive areas for quarterbacks. RG3 wants to come here. A lot of the young quarterbacks want to play. And a lot goes to the credit of J.J. Watt. He's a great player. People want to play with great players like that. So if we're a quarterback away, it is very attractive for people to want to go there. So Houston's where it needs to be. This is where Bill O'Brien and Rick Smith are getting their shot. This is their last year was a mulligan. This is their shot. You have again the chance to pick whatever quarterback you want. You shored up some holes on the defense. So we're gonna get who's gonna be the guy. We're gonna get him in the draft, or we're gonna get him in free agency. Personally, McClain, who was a writer for the Chronicles, has very good, ties with that team and organization. And he says the door is open to Osweiler's. I think Osweiler's going to get it. I think we're going to fill some more holes in the draft. And that's going to be up to Rick Smith and possibly Bill O'Brien getting his Christian Hackenberg from Penn State. It is a good possibility. Lots to throw in the air, but Wednesday is about to be crazy. Wednesday is about to be crazy. Free agency goes down for the NFL. Where are we going to spend money? Because we have about $42 million backed up to be able to use of cap space. What are we going to do with it? This is a big turning point for being a Houston Texans fan. What is going to be that crucial move? And what is that? Who's that player or quarterback that's going to come? Quarterback is what we need to come in and lead this team to greatness with J.J. Watt and that defense. They are getting another chance. They cannot mess this up. The hands are in Bill O'Brien and Rick Smith. What are they going to do? You can only hope for the best, and you can only hope they kept Rick Smith for a reason, and we can only hope to see the perfect situation. This is what Houston's been dying for. Big football city, huge football city, and spend a lot of money on it. And we've been waiting our turn. We've been waiting our turn 10 plus years. It's about that time. And if Bill O'Brien and Rick Smith don't get it right, Rick Smith needs to be out of here, maybe even Bill O'Brien, but somebody needs to be in there with some power and some cojones. They're going to be able to tell, the coach that I'm going to be through doing the draft. I'm going to have the final say. We're going to pick a team, a GM, something similar to Daryl Morey that's going to do some homework and is going to get the people that he wants. It's only so many tries. That is your Houston Texans update. Let's go to your Houston Rockets. Yes, Houston, your Houston Rockets. It's been a season of ups and downs. A season to where we just have to grind it out. But the Rockets, man, they're just not consistent. They're not consistent over there. And they're trying. You can see that the upper management is trying to get some players in there. Rockets pick up Michael Beasley, let go of Ty Lawson. Ty Lawson has just now joined the Indiana Pacers on a deal. The Rockets, you always have a chance if you have James Harden and Dwight Howard on your team. You always have a chance. That's just what I believe, because those players are top notch. Now, Rockets can be a scary team if they get in a groove. They can be a scary team if they get mindset, everything all in, defense, offense. They did it last year. The defense was top in the league. They did it last year. They had the opportunity to do it. Of course, ran into the Steph Curry wall. Respects to them. But the Rockets are dangerous. The Rockets are dangerous. Plain and simple. It's just they're their worst enemy. They cannot let outside stuff affect them. I think that with the CEO and president of the Rockets coming out and saying what he said, which I'll educate y'all on that, he came out and said that none of this stuff between Dwight and Harden is even real. Like, they never asked for each other to be traded. Like, that never happened. Isn't that crazy? Shouldn't y'all not be looking into that? I think the media loves Harden and Howard. You got Harden with Chloe and then Howard with his off the stuff. It's a media frenzy. Like, they can just suck the blood out of it as long as they can. The Rockets have a shot to be dangerous. They are their worst enemy. They can play both sides. They can play tough down low. They can kick it out. If they can shoot the ball, they can win. They have all the tools. They have all the tools. I think one of the biggest disappointments for the Rockets this season is Terrence Jones. It's the power forward position altogether. Terrence Jones, Josh Smith, it's that whole position. They have to get going. And Demo's came back. We all heard about the trade. Demo actually got traded to Detroit, which now the union of the NBA players is filing a grievance against the NBA, because now that might tarnish his demos. If he ever goes in free agency, that might tarnish him forever. People saying that, oh, he returned him for a trade and long time back issues. That can actually hurt him in the long run, and that's not right, because you see Demo coming now and he's running all over the place and he's playing hard. He's moving, no problem. Why didn't Detroit want him? Because they use that to their advantage to back out of the trade. So now we're going to see Demo's back. He's back in the starting lineup. Rockets are dangerous. Plain and simple. Harden's playing like a monster. Dropping dimes. Had 14 assists last game. Incredible. I'm going to go over the last... let's see. I'm going to go over some of the games that just passed for the Rockets. Tough stretch for them in February, the month of February. 4 wins. 6 losses. That's tough. They're right there. They're right there. Coming to the end of February, huge road trip. All through February, loss against the Warriors, loss against the Blazers. Those are rivals. Loss against the Jazz, won against the Suns. They beat the Blazers. That was a big win for them, beating the Blazers in their house. Because early in that month, the Blazers beat us. And then lost to the Spurs, lost to the Bucks. Coming in the month of March, beating the Pelicans 100-95. Just recently losing to the Bulls on a big MMA night. That I have to do a whole separate show for. MMA is crazy. Y'all seen the upsets. Conor McGregor losing to Nate Diaz. Holly Holm losing to Miesha Tate. New championship in the women's division. Ronda Rousey says she's coming back to work. We'll see how that goes. In my point of view, I think Holm and Miesha Tate should fight again, or actually Holm and Ronda Rousey, should fight again, and the winner out of that should fight the champion Miesha Tate. But Ronda Rousey don't want to fight until the fall. That's my MMA for the show. But back to the Rockets. Rockets have a game Wednesday, March 9th at Philadelphia, playing the 76ers, 6 o'clock. They're in the middle of a long road trip. Then go on to the Celtics. Then go on to the Hornets. Go to New Orleans. All the way. They don't come back home until March 14th. So a long road stretch for the Rockets. And this is the sprint. This is the sprint to the end of the season for the NBA. And we're going to see how the Rockets fare up. If they have a shot, they cannot finish in 8th to play the Golden State Warriors in the first round. They must get to a 6th or 7th ranking there. So this is a crucial run for the Rockets. I think they can do it. And we'll see, because they're a big question mark, and they've been a question mark coming in. They finally won in the playoffs. What are you going to do to capitalize that? Red Nation, we've been knowing this all season. This is just reiterating the situation, being as fans. Let's see if Red Nation can do it. Once again, before we leave the Rockets subject, I still do believe this is J.B. Bickerstaff's shot. And if he does not get it, we need a new guy in there. Who are the candidates out there? We'll see. But JB, this is your shot. We'll see how Red Nation fares out. Let's go to your Houston Astros.